Of a tax preparation company in Dallas pleaded guilty to defrauding the COVID-19 relief program of millions that was meant to help struggling business owners. What's more, he was already going to prison for 6 years for a previous tax fraud conviction. Fox 4's David Santendry joins us live tonight with these details. David.
Yeah, Steve, we're talking about millions of dollars that was supposed to go to small businesses that were struggling, but instead one local accountant tried to help himself. A 43-year-old Liberian national pleaded guilty Tuesday to orchestrating a fraud scheme to get more than $23 million in money that was supposed to help small businesses struggling during the pandemic, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Texas.
Criminals can be around any corner.
Stephen Jalul, seen here on his Facebook page, is an accountant. The listed address for his business is inside this North Dallas office building. A recent home address is at this apartment complex in Garland, where neighbors say he drove fancy cars and wore high-end clothing. Some we spoke with off camera suspected he was up to something shady. Others
had no idea. I'll tell you what, it takes all kinds of people.
Here's what happened. The federal government rolled out $350 billion in forgivable PPP loans during the pandemic. It was meant to help struggling businesses pay and keep employees. The feds, however, say Jalul, after his arrest last fall, admitted while working as an accountant to inflating the number of employees businesses had so they could get more money from the government. Federal prosecutors say he tried to get $23 million on behalf of more than 160 clients. 97 of those loans were approved, and his clients were awarded $12 million. He was paid nearly $1 million in fees.
You know, I hope he gets what he deserves. Because it was a pandemic and you've got folks that are, trying to keep their heads above water.
The thing is, this is not his first run-in with the law. He pleaded guilty to tax crimes in January 2020 and was on pre-trial release when he committed the PPP crimes, according to a criminal complaint.
I would never have known that.
Now he's facing up to 10 years in prison. Some of his neighbors can't help but think of the businesses that actually deserved and needed that money.
Some snake coming along, taking money that could be theirs rightfully.
Jalul is awaiting sentencing, but many people at home might be asking, well, what happens to that $12 million from here? So I reached out to the DOJ. They say that it's really up to the Small Business Administration if these businesses need to return any of that money they were awarded. And then I asked the DOJ, do any of these businesses, is there any indication they may have known that they were accepting some of this money fraudulently? The DOJ says at this time it can only refer us to its indictment, and right now those details aren't provided. Steve, back to you.